Coming up on today's App Judgment, I'm going to be chasing Mauricio. Mauricio's going to be chasing Stephanie, and it's all going to be tracked using applications on our phones. That's coming up today, again, on App Judgment.
This episode of App Judgment is brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook at www.audiblepodcast.com/appjudgment.
Hello and welcome to App Judgment. I'm David Prager. That's Stephanie Chu. That's Mauricio Balvanera. We are wearing shirts that are associated with running events because we participated. Yeah, we run. We run. We run for fun, and we happen to have run in some organized events. What did you just run?
I just ran the San Jose Rock and Roll Marathon and the Nike Women's Half Marathon. Well, actually, they were both halves.
So you ran 26.2 miles.
I did combined because I'm not as hardcore as you guys who ran all 26.2 at one time.
Just dumber. You did it the smart way. You and I both ran the Long Beach Marathon
because we were not very smart. But in aiding our process of running long distances, and being that this is App Judgment, and knowing that there are a plethora of applications to assist you in your training as well as tracking and logging your running, we thought we'd talk about some of the ones that we used and compare and contrast the features of them, what the pros and cons are of them, what features that we might even be missing that they do and don't do. So I started running with an application called Skimble, which is a complex app that tracks all kinds of different workout activities. Running happens to be one of them. It was the first time I'd ever used an application that basically used GPS to be able to log where you go. And Skimble was great, but it's not focused on running specifically. And so you guys used two apps that were laser focused on running. What were they?
Well, in a way, Skimble was kind of ahead of its time because it was using GPS. Both Stephanie and I were using Nike Plus to start off with. You were using the chip too, right?
There was a free app called Nike Plus iPod that came with your iPhone, and I used that with the little $20 chip that you have to buy from either Nike or the Apple Store. And it worked okay for a while, but it didn't use GPS. And it required a pedometer, so that was an extra cost.
Not as accurate. Both applications, every running application has been sort of evolving over the past few months, and the chip was a little frustrating just because it's not nearly as accurate as GPS. The applications themselves were very unstable. Some of them are still unstable. Just before,
like a couple months before the Nike Women's Marathon that just happened on October 17th, they came out with the Nike GPS, and the hugest change with Nike Plus GPS over the iPod was, yes, the GPS, but it was just way more accurate. And it made me feel better because my pace was better.
I know. All of a sudden, you're doing great.
Right. And it really integrated all the social features, which is another reason why I use the app. I mean, whether it's RunKeeper or Nike Plus, I think that the social features in these apps really help to motivate us, to keep us up with our training.
Well, let's step back all the way to the basic function of the application. So you have Nike Plus GPS, you have it installed on your iPhone, you plug your headphones in with whatever playlist you want to list. What happens next? What can you do to it, and what will it track and log for you?
With Nike GPS, you can track and log your speed, or your pace, and your distance and elevation. I'm running in San Francisco, as are you guys, and we have a lot of hills. And it's great because when you fire up the app and you want to see how your run went, there's actually a heat map that shows your pace.
It's very cool. One of the cooler features, I think.
Right, and I think something similar is happening with RunKeeper as well, right?
Yeah, I mean, well, you continue on Nike Plus, but there's definitely some similarities too. They're both kind of, I think, they're playing catch up with each other.
So far I've got, for Nike Plus and for RunKeeper Pro, basically you'll be able to see how far you've gone, how fast you've gone, and both apps will give you split time, so you can see how fast you've gone on any given mile. What about, can you have it to communicate with you in the middle of your run based on what kinds of goals you're setting? Meaning, in addition to just starting a run and seeing how far you've gone blindly when you're done, can you tell it to put you through a certain course before you go.
Yeah, with Nike at least, there are settings for whether you want to track in miles or kilometers, and also if you have the settings right, it'll tell you every time you've completed a mile, and during that marker, it'll also say how fast you're going, so it'll tell you your current pace and if you need to, hustle.
Yeah.
And it keeps motivating me. And then if you have a set amount of miles that you want to run, it'll tell you like, oh, you're halfway through your run, or like you're 400 meters from home. And so
I love that option.
Yeah.
Because that means you can just run anywhere you want without mapping it.
Yeah.
And when you get to the halfway point, you just go backwards. And it's like this fun exploratory, fun. That's one of the greater things about the GPS that has come out. That's at least one of the ways that I'm benefiting from these applications. It's you just run and it takes care of everything else.
Right.
Pretty cool.
So there's a particular thing I know that RunKeeper Pro does that Nike Plus doesn't. What is that?
Right, that is the live map. So as you're running, it is transmitting your exact location. Mugging opportunities, maybe. People make fun of it all the time, but it's actually one of the reasons why I've made it my main running application.
And like we said, Nike doesn't have that yet, but what they do have is something called Cheer Me On, and this is a Facebook push feature that tells your friends when you've reached 5K, 10K, 15K, and I don't know, 35K if you're running a full marathon. And people can comment on your Facebook page, and you can get these messages through your run.
So I just want to get your final judgment on how much it costs and why, because I can tell you're going to say why you'd pay for it. And then I want the same thing for RunKeeper Pro.
Okay, well first let me say that I started with Nike Plus and it was free with the phone, and so to pay $1.99 for the Nike Plus GPS app was, and I was like, do I really want to pay more for something I've already got? But it's definitely better. The GPS is totally worth it. I would pay the one-time price of $1.99. I recommend it to everyone to download Nike Plus GPS.
And RunKeeper Pro?
RunKeeper Pro is a little bit more of a stubborn approach because there's a free version. There's also a Pro version for $9.99. This allows you to do the live tracking. There's also RunKeeper Elite. This is an online program that lets you do, actually the Elite is what lets you do the live tracking. So that's $19.99 a year. So you're looking at a total of basically $30 to get started for 1 year.
So basically in the end we're saying is that if you have a smartphone, you should get out there and go running. It'll motivate you, it'll get you interested in working out, it'll get you interested in being able to track what you're doing. Highly recommended that you go out and try Nike Plus GPS, RunKeeper Pro, or, and I will say, if you want to try something for free, you want to run and track it via GPS for free, go out and check out Skimble. That's skimble.com. They've got a lot more features. We might be hitting up on that application a little bit more. If you have opinions or thoughts on running, on applications for running, applications for working out, we're going to be doing more active lifestyle type of applications. Send us an email at appjudgment@revision3.com. You can also leave comments at youtube.com/appjudgment. You can find us on facebook.com/appjudgment. And where else can you?
Twitter.
And on Twitter.
At AppJudgment.
Yes.
And you can always find us on our home at revision3.com.
Thanks for watching. I'm David Prager.
I'm Stephanie Chu.
I'm Mauricio.
See you next time.
Audible.com is the leading provider of downloadable digital audiobooks and spoken word entertainment. Audible has over 75,000 titles to choose from to be downloaded to your iPod or MP3 player and played back anywhere at any time. Choose from books in every genre: science fiction, thrillers, drama, comedy, business, history, and more. Recently, I downloaded the new novel Freedom to listen to at night, and believe me, it's a lot more convenient than lugging around a hardcover copy. Go to audiblepodcast.com/appjudgment to get a free audiobook download of your choice when you sign up today. Again, go to audiblepodcast.com/appjudgment for your free audiobook.